High school. One word that brings up so many memories and experiences. Freshman, sophomore, junior and senior years, all of them were unique and unforgettable. But for me, senior year was, without a doubt, the best one. It all started when I became an exchange student. I recall the moment when I was leaving my motherland, Ukraine, flying for the first time and wondering, what would my life look like in America? It just so happened that I became a student in volunteer high school, and I loved every second of that short but unforgettable experience. I remember my first day there. I was so nervous that I was literally shaking. Everything was so new yet so exciting. The building, people, food, language, activities, it all looked just like what I saw in movies about American teens. I have a lot of great memories from volunteer high school. Surely, I'll never forget my first football game and pep rally, band competitions and volunteering, Halloween, Thanksgiving and prom. But the following memories are my favorite. On my birthday, the school was cancelled due to the bad weather. And after the weekend, I walked into volunteer high school and had a regular day. After my band period, the band director, Mr. Andes, called me into an office and just began to talk about random stuff, which was a bit weird. And he was talking so long that I even got late to my next class, but he gave me a note. When I walked into my French class, the whole classroom was dark, which again was a bit weird. And suddenly, someone turned on the lights, and all students and Mr. Broadhead began to sing a happy birthday song. They wrote happy birthday on the desk, both in English and Ukrainian languages. They even made some Ukrainian foods and presentation about my home country. During the whole lesson, they were asking me different interesting questions. Turned out that Mr. Broadhead asked Mr. Andes to buy him some time and make me late to my French class so they have time to prepare everything, and that they prepared all the dishes before, but due to the school being cancelled on my birthday, they had to remake it. That day, I cried for a bit in my room. But those were the tears of happiness. Wow, I thought. They cared about me and tried to make me feel like home, and that meant a world to me. Another favorite memory of mine is volunteering during the basketball games with old people. They were so welcoming and kind and curious about my experiences and me as a person. I'll never forget the fun times we had and all the encouraging and supportive words they said to me. A week or so before my birthday, when we were volunteering, they gave me a present, a note and a necklace in the form of a butterfly. I cried right there and then. That was really unexpected and sweet of them. And I was surprised they even remembered the date of my birthday. And it truly hurted me when the season was over, because it meant that I will no longer volunteer and have fun with them. And now, being so far away from them, not knowing if I'll ever see them again, I wear that necklace and I read that note, and I feel a lot of love and gratitude towards those people. A trip to New York with band was amazing as well. Not only I performed during St. Patrick's Day, but I also visited the city of my dreams, New York. To an extent, volunteer high school was like a Hogwarts to me. A full new world, new experiences, things I've never seen before, different education, sports, food, and so on. It taught me a lot of lessons, and I'm not just talking about the academic ones. But most importantly, I've met amazing people who were so welcoming, helpful, and loving towards me. There were wonderful teachers who cared and supported me, and above all, my friends, with whom I had some unforgettable times of my life. And thanks to all of the people above, I've learned that home is not a place, it's a feeling. And suddenly, it was time to leave. I have no idea how much I wanted to continue my studies there and be with my friends, but my journey there came to an end. Although it was painful and sad to leave, I will be forever grateful to Volunteer High School and all the people who made my experiences there the best ones.
Hi guys, it's me, and sitting in my chair. Today is May 19th, and you may be wondering, why is that day so significant? It's because Krispy Kreme is giving away a dozen free donuts to every senior who comes in, and all you have to do in order to get the donuts is to bring in some senior merch or wear a shirt. So I'm wearing my class of 2020 shirt and my 2020 pants. So they're gonna give me some free donuts. Alright, I got my donuts from Krispy Kreme, not sponsored. And got the 2020 ones. They ran out the first day and then they wrote my name down and then I got them. And here they are. Ah, look how cute they are! Oh, I'm graduating! Not on my clean car! No! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Hang on! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Alright. Alright, I'm in the basement now. So, we're gonna finish up the drying process in here, and I guess. Alright, but there's Zippy. I don't know if y'all know that I named her, but her name is Zippy. My 2015 Volkswagen Beetle.
Hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Jones and I'm a senior at Warren County High School. I was asked to kind of write this speech about my senior year. My friend I actually just recently met in February. We met at Tennessee Tech for a symposium, and then the week after we actually went back. Both of us, it was our audition day at Tennessee Tech, and we got to spend the day there and eat lunch, and it was really nice to meet her. And Lily, you're so sweet, and I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I just want to start with, it started out super boring. I expected it to be a lot more fun. But really, if I'm all honest, it's kind of like the end of a junior year. But then I was told the second semester is where everything's at. And I remember starting the second semester, and I remember being sad because it's like, this is it, this is over. And actually, my second semester, I went to school for 1 month and like a half. Because I remember we went to school for January, and the last week of January, we got out every day, like pretty much the entire month of February for sickness at my school, and it was so fun. I enjoyed it. It was like the best time. I was like, oh yes. We did use up all our school days. I think we had one school day left, and March rolled around. We came back to school, and we had literally 2 weeks left before spring break. I was so excited for spring break and just to get that last semester over with, get all of the work, the finals, all that stuff. And I remember being told, bring your textbooks and your Chromebooks home. We might not come back. And I did that anyways. But to me, I was thinking, yeah, I don't see that happen. We're going to come back. And I started seeing all these schools around. And then I found out my school wasn't coming back till the 31st of March. And I was kind of excited. I'll admit, I was kind of excited. I was like, heck yeah, I don't have to wake up in the morning. I ended up working every day. I worked mornings, so I do end up getting up, but it's nice not having to go to school and do schoolwork. And then I found out I wasn't coming back till April 27th, I think that was the day, and my heart broke because I was supposed to have my last ever band concert. My Porkin' Bands is what we call it. I've done Porkin' Bands since I was in 6th grade. I remember going to my first one ever, and I was just beyond amazed and scared. And I saw, what they do for the seniors, and I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. And every year I got to be a part of that, and I just couldn't wait for my turn. And I was just so excited. And we always play one song dedicated specifically to the seniors. It's called Old Scottish. And I love that song. I've loved it every year I've played it. And it's our senior song. And at first for our band, we were practicing online, and I was thinking, there's no way we're going to be able to play this. I was like, there's no way, especially if our band concert's the 25th, and we're not allowed to do anything until the 27th. And I knew that was over. I knew I wasn't going to get it, and I've done nothing but cry and cry. Then my prom got canceled, which, to be fair, I did get a rescheduled prom and a rescheduled graduation, which I should be very thankful for, because a lot of other kids didn't, and I am very thankful for that. But if you want me to be completely honest, I sound very selfish, but it's not the same. It's really not the same, and it's not fair, but it's just it's not fair. That's really all I can say. And I think about it in a way that, if all this works out in the end, by August, all of this is away, which that doesn't mean it will be, but if it is, and everyone's gonna get what I wanted, that last band concert, that last prom, graduation, everything. I wanted so badly to go back to my old school, because that's a tradition at our school. You get to go back to your elementary school and walk down the hallways and let the students see you, and you get to go back with the people you went with there. And I wanted to do that so badly. It's just painful knowing that I will not ever get that, ever. Yes, I'll get a graduation. Yes, I'll get a prom. But I do have regulations. They are not the same. I'm only allowed 4 members at graduation. I'm only allowed 1 hour at prom. And I'll be okay. I know I will. I know there are worse things in life. But I want to be selfish for a second. It's not fair. I've stayed up crying so many nights. So many nights I've stayed up crying. And you can literally ask my friends. We've gone out, cried all night long because it's just unfair. And, I was thinking about it. I graduate, obviously, in 4 years when I go to college. In 4 years, if I don't take a 5th year, I will graduate in 4 years. And so will my sister. But she will be graduating high school. And she's going to get everything I want to, literally everything. She's going to get that prom. She's going to get to go back. She's going to get to do graduate. She's going to get it all. And I had to wait a whole nother 4 years just to get what I wanted. I had a great time in high school. I had some rough times. My freshman year was a pretty nice year. I didn't try hard. It was a pretty nice year. Sophomore year was definitely my best. I had the most fun. I didn't give a care in the world for anything. I went that year just flying by, just having fun. Junior year, by far, well, I don't know. I can't tell you which one was the worst after this year. But junior year, I was stressed out. I was sad. I was overworked and tired. I actually just started my job the end of my sophomore year, so I'd only had it the last 2 or 3 months of my sophomore year, which, wasn't that rough. But having a job and, junior year, they say, is your hardest year, and I can definitely quote on that one. And it was a bad year, emotionally, not just the stress, but emotionally, I was not in a good place. So when my senior year came around, I told myself I would not let myself get down. I would stand up. I would have a way better year. And here I am, so sad. And I think it's worse. Everything was taken away from me. And I can't tell you how much I miss going to school. I can tell you the other day I went and got all my stuff out of my locker and stuff. Got to see my teachers. It was you were only allowed so much time, and I couldn't stop crying when I left. And I actually wrote a letter to myself, and I read it, and it was a letter from my freshman year. And when I was reading it, I was thinking, man, I was so happy. I wrote about how I hope you have a great senior year, you're gonna have so much fun, and congratulations, you finally did it. And it's in my head, thinking now I really haven't done it. I should have graduated on the 21st. I was supposed to graduate, and here I am. It is the 27th, and I've still yet to graduate. And for all of y'all who aren't seniors, and you have senior friends or senior siblings, somebody who's a senior, whether they be college, or don't tell them, cheer up or look at the bright side. Yes, look at the bright side. But honestly, there's no bright side. Not for us, at least. In the end, we lost everything we worked so hard for. And honestly, just be there. Just let them cry, because we got ripped apart. I did have a great time in high school, but if you want me to be honest, I try to look at the bright side, but I don't see a bright side. It's just so hard when it's everything you've ever dreamed of, and it's just being ripped away from you. Anyways, I'm sorry for my really sad story, but I just want to thank you for listening. If you stuck through the whole time with me, just give your senior friends some love. Let them know that you're there for them. Just have their back. That's what they need. They need someone to cry on, a shoulder to cry on right now. That's what they need. They need all the love they can get right now. And just give your friends that. And if you are a senior yourself, I'm so sorry. I am so very sorry. And I hope that your school gave you another prom or another graduation. And if not, I'm so sorry even more. But we're going to get through it. I know we will, because we are strong. And I love you guys. Bye.
bear. Slow down, kids. Look at this boat coming. What's this junk? It's a woman right here. You see that car driving in front of you? You see this one going?
On behalf of the City of Churchill, we'd like to welcome you guys. Welcome to class of 2020. Let's give them all a hand.
Jesse Cade Rollins. Samantha Foster. Lily Bell Summy. Lexia Marie Doran.
Hello, my name is JP Wilson. I am a senior at Volunteer High School, class of 2020. And by far, my best memory of high school is freshman year, where we hit that big hit section at Alcoa, and it made me almost cry with all the cheers and all the shouts going on. I got that same feeling at our last competition this year. My biggest takeaway is probably not to take anything for granted. I think as the class of 2020 we have realized that now more than ever we can't take anything for granted. I took for granted senior night. I thought there would be a soccer senior night and everything would be okay. And then I ended up missing out on that too. So take everything as it comes and live life.
It's kind of sad that I'm graduating Saturday. Well, at least Krispy Kreme gave me the free donuts. Uh-huh. Well, those are good. No, it might have like a little twinge like a lemon there, sort of.
Thank you.
When you enter high school for the first time as seniors, you never know what to expect. But what you don't expect is for a worldwide epidemic to sweep across the globe and shut down all schools within a month. You don't expect to spend the last month and a half of senior year stuck at home without being able to go out with your friends, without being able to attend your last concert, your last prom, without being able to graduate properly. Everything you thought your senior year would be, everything you dreamed your senior year would be, just swept out from under you without a warning anywhere in sight. I think we, the class of 2020, have the right to be a little upset, to be a little angry. We couldn't have stopped it, no, and we understand why we as a nation have to do what we have to, such as social distance, masks, and gloves. We still are upset, though. This was our year. We were supposed to go out, make memories, spend as much time as we could with each other because college is just around the corner. However, it happened and is currently happening, and there is nothing we can do about it. Simple as that. If quarantine has taught me anything, it has taught me this. Do not take anything for granted. You never know when a tragedy is going to strike like this. Live your life to the best of your ability. Do not spend it being jealous of each other, hating each other, being petty. Life has its ups and downs, its curves and straightways, but in the end, it all ends up in the same place. Make memories, spend this time with your family, help each other, help yourself. Do not let this affect your life in a negative way. It isn't ideal, no, but it's also not the worst that could have happened. To the class of 2020, remember that while we have had not the best ending to our senior year, we still have each other. We have spent the last 4 years together, some of us the past 12, and while we may not get along, we are experiencing this at the same time and together. It's not her against her or him against him or even student against teacher, it's us against the world. We are fighting this every day and will continue to fight it because unfortunately we do not have a choice. A word of advice for all seniors. Don't think of senior years, the last 2.5 months, as being locked in your own home. Think of all the smaller things that count. Calling up a friend to chat, trying out things you've always wanted to but never had the time for, getting closer with your family, Friday night football games, band competitions, homecoming and homecoming week, winter formal, acting silly in the hallways with your friends, ditching class because you didn't want to go, hanging in the bathrooms until the bell rang because you didn't want to be in the classroom longer than you had to. Small memories like these can hold much more value than you would expect. Looking at today, the day I was supposed to walk the stage with all my friends in front of all my family, not just 4 people, my head is kind of hung low. 4 years of success, laughter, tears, failure, tests, which caused more tears, friendship, 4 years of memories with each other. 4 years, which may sound like a long time, flew by just like that. To upcoming seniors, juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, savor your years in high school. Make new friends, open yourself up. Don't let what other people think of you stop you from expressing yourself. Make memories with all your classmen. Enjoy it because you never know when something like this will strike. To all my friends and family, thank you all for being there for me and supporting me through this all. I love you all. This has been a hectic year, and you all have supported me through it. My fellow seniors, we got this. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. We will get through this together. This pandemic is an invisible enemy that is striking and challenging all of us. Remember that while it is stormy now, it can't rain forever.
Seniors, tonight is for you. Tonight we honor 12 years of your hard work, the studying, the tests, early mornings, and late nights. And we honor everyone who got you here, your friends, your family, your community. Class of 2020, this is for you. Every student you see, the videos in our show, the pictures you see around me now, are all part of your graduation class and sent in by you guys. Before we get to the show, there's something I want to say to each of you. Thank you. You should have had a real graduation. I know. You should have had an incredible senior year. I know that as well. But you made a sacrifice and you did that to keep your community safe and healthy. On behalf of all of us, thank you. There is no doubt in my mind that the class of 2020 is going to be something really special. After all this, you guys are prepared for anything. So celebrate, be proud. Tonight is for you. We are all ready for the class of 2020 to change the world. Congratulations.
Thank you. All right. Signing college papers. Sign it on my birthday. Done. It seems like just yesterday we were starting kindergarten. Boy, was I nervous. I'd been to preschool the year before, but that didn't help me one bit. I remember standing in the doorway of my mom's old van, looking back and forth to her and my new teacher. I was so scared to leave my mom. Now that I've spent 14 years of my life in school, it's the new norm, and I have at least 4 more years to go. I'm super excited for the opportunities that I'll have, and it's thanks to my parents that I've come so far. I am so thankful for their support, as well as my grandparents, friends, and the rest of my family. Because of their support of my music, I'm going to Tennessee Tech to study music education. I want to become a general music teacher or a band director, so I can influence somebody's life like mine was. I had so many musical role models in my life, all of which pushed me to do my best. Those people are Luwan Mignonia, Chris Andes, Allie Mitchell, Martha Egan, Carrie Mitchell, Joshua Light, and the music teachers I had in elementary school. I am thankful for all of the encouragement that they gave me and all of the things they taught me over the years. I wouldn't be studying music as a career without their guidance. Now, I would like to take a few minutes to reach out to my graduating class. Even though our year has ended in the worst way possible, I'm proud of how we were handling it. The majority of us have coped very well with the losses and changes that we have experienced over the last few months. I have personally went through some horrible shocks. I used to be busy from dawn to dusk. I participated in countless musical activities, including concert and marching band, jazz band, flute and piano lessons, the praise band at my church, and the local symphonic group. I had so many great opportunities with these groups as well as other activities. I'm glad to have been able to participate in several honor bands and go to festivals over the years. All of these activities took up to 12 hours out of my day, adding schoolwork on top of that. However, my life came to a halt in March. It all started with the suspension of our 2020 spring season of Symphony of the Mountains Youth Orchestra. On March 12th, I remember having a mini concert for the staff. The Primo Orchestra played for us first, and then we performed for them. We went on with rehearsal. At 8:30, when practice ended, we were told that further practices were canceled as well as our concert, which was supposed to be the same day as my senior prom, April 4th. My heart broke. I would have never imagined that my life would crumble beneath my feet. Though I was hurting, I kept on with what was still normal. School was difficult for the next few days. I kept hearing rumors that school would be canceled. The last day of school was March 16th. I remember they told us that we would come back on April 4th, the day of prom. You might be wondering why I remember the last day of school so well. It's because I was so happy about finishing my online math course that very morning. I was beaming all day until school got canceled. A lot of us wondered if we would get to come back. Then the date got pushed back to April 20th. My senior prom got canceled in the process, which shattered my heart. I had just gotten my dress and sent it to be altered. I knew our spring concert wasn't happening either. I felt anger, sadness, and overall disappointment with how life was going. By the time all this happened, we knew we weren't going back to school. The whole economy shut down. We lost restaurants, stores, movie theaters, schools, and churches that we'd always taken for granted. We lost family time that we normally would have had in abundance. Friendships deteriorated, and some were lost altogether. And that's only a few negative effects of isolation. Things started to look up when some great people organized a senior prom for July 18th. I felt pure joy when my mom showed me the post on Facebook. Now I would get to wear my beautiful yellow dress. I'm so happy to be able to have my moment to shine. Graduation is a different story. My graduation definitely isn't what you would think about when someone says graduation day. We all have to go separately, and we can only bring 4 people. What about all of the people in our lives that have supported us and deserve to see us walk across that stage? I know I sound really insensitive, but I truly am thankful for everything that parents, friends, and relatives have done for us seniors. I think that most of us have gotten through quarantine because of those people. I am thankful for the people who organized my new prom, especially. Again, I am so grateful for my supporters. I love you all, God bless you, and thank you all for sticking with me.
Ready? Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in